Hey, Tibbs. I just woke up. Look at these bags. Look a little Asian when I do that, a little bit. It's the Indian. Um, I almost feel like restarting this one already. Hey guys, it's been a while. Look at that. Look at these bags. Look like a downy. Okay, I've already insulted everyone in Asia and everyone with Down syndrome. Good start. Not even 30 seconds in. So anyway, I've been busy working like, 6 days a week and yada yada yada. All that. Um, Almost did some work yesterday, but it fell through. Saturday's the Sabbath anyway, but could use the money. I literally have no money right now. I could show you how much money I have. This is it. It's all my money. Have you guys seen my kitty purse yet? It's funny. Dudes are like, "You're gay for having that," and then chicks are like, "Oh, that's so cute," and then it like makes conversation. I know it's so strange. It's how like mentally messed up men are. Like they just don't like. It's one of those things people don't really talk about. How confused men are. It's like if you're my age, you grew up in the time of like, oh, that's gay, it's wicked gay, everything's gay. Like, oh, that's gay, you're gay. And now it's like a good thing if stuff's gay. I don't know. I've honestly, I swear I've seen, I can't recall where, but I've seen things where like they're trying to make gay like a positive, like it's like, oh, it's wicked queer, dude. It's like, oh man, look how queer that thing is. That's awesome. I don't know. I swear I've seen that. But yeah, men have no idea what it is to be a man. Well, be a man. They have no idea what it is to be a man. They have no idea what it is to be like good to a woman. They have no idea what it is to like any of it. Any part of being a man. Like basically what a man does is man takes care of business regardless. You take care of business. You don't complain. If someone's struggling, you help them out. You protect people weaker than you. You help people slower than you. And you TCB. That's what you do. And and you don't throw your weight around, and you don't take advantage of people. That's it's the basis of being a man. And at the base lowest, I'm not gonna get into the whole man and woman thing. The fact is that we need each other and we complement each other. A man without a woman is just like a woman, without a man. We're a mess. We're lost. We don't really have any, like what do we do in our downtime, Look for an animal to pet, it's just we're not clearly we need each other, we complement each other, and it's just like that's just how it is. That's just how it is, And this whole like, oh, strong independent woman, they're all miserable and they're all bitches. Excuse my language, but all these strong independent women, they're zero fun to be around. They're miserable bitches and they're just negative and hate everything and like, I don't know. Like they're doing it on their own, but they're miserable, you know. Same thing as all these gay couples. They're, they doesn't, they might have a good time. People have a good time. People are capable of having a good time, but they're miserable and they're miserable in their relationships. But no one nowadays knows how to act. Men don't know how to act. Women don't know how to act. No one no one knows how to be real. So everyone's trying to be something that they're not, or something that the media or whatever magazine or television show that they're consuming is telling them how to be, and they're a mess and they're useless and don't know how to freaking do anything and just are not. They're just dumb, useless people, and it's just sad that so many people are falling into those camps. I mean, like like the older generations now are now the hippies, and they suck. Um, the fact that our elders now are excuse my language, are hippies is pathetic, because these people are godless drug addicts and are just so stupid. They've fallen into every single little gitchy little thing that happened from the 60s on. They've fallen into it. They've taken part of it, and they agree with at least some part of it, and it's like that for everything. So it's just like, you got to open your mind, man, and got to this and that, and they're dumb people. When you talk to these witchy, these older people, they're all witchcraft, and they all. I've noticed a lot of them immediately dislike me, like especially the women, without even saying anything. And for me personally, older women like love me, but those ones are all dead. The pre the pre hippie era, they're all going away. Those the old ladies that used to like me, they're not around anymore. Now we got these hippie chicks, and they can feel God in me immediately, and it turns them off. I can see it. It sounds nuts, but it's like they can smell Jesus on you, and it puts them off. Because they're so into their little spirit guides and all their little demons in their heads. And those little demons in their heads are, they listen to these things, and they think they're in tune. They think they're in tune with the universe, when they just got a head full of demons. And these people are like, they'll immediately be like turned off to you. It's like, oh, because you're full of demons. How can you immediately dislike someone who's smiling and nice and helpful and kind? How do you immediately dislike someone like that? It's not possible. Unless I walk up with it wearing a t-shirt saying I love raping children, like there's no reason why you should immediately, I don't wear anything with anything on it. I don't like wearing stuff with stuff on it. The only thing I have a couple things. I have like the t-shirt you see with the hammer, that's like from Captain Horrible's Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. I don't know, I forget. It's kind of cute. Girlfriend got it for me a long time ago. So it was running gag that I was Captain Hammer. I'll take it. I love Nathan Fillion. Someone wants to say I'm a little bit like Nathan Fillion. I'll take it. Solar freaking roadways. Poor Nathan Fillion. Listen, Hollywood. I know you're not paying attention to this, but if you're one of those people that haven't made it yet, and you're not on the in, and you're still human, and they come to you like, hey, promote this, don't promote it, because you end up with looking like a Nathan Fillion and that Solar freaking roadways meme, because that was a big scam and a joke. Have you looked into that? It's like one little spot in the middle of town. It never works. It's always off. People can step on it to change it. They didn't even install it well. It was installed crappily. The entire thing was a joke. All these things are. There's no one good left. All the great generation's dead. They're all gone. And the only elders we have are these useless hippies, and they're useless. They're some of the dumbest, empty-headed people. A lot of them are nice. I've met a lot of nice hippies, but I've met an infinite amount of useless dumb hippies who create these welfare kids. They have this mentality where whatever, do your own thing, do as thou wilt, under love, do whatever you want, nothing matters, blah blah blah. And then the kids come out and they have that same mentality, and then they don't do anything with their lives. All these welfare kids, the generation of people in their late 30s, early 40s who are a mess and homeless and on welfare and on methadone and all this other shit, they all have hippie parents. All right? Aleister Crowley, genius. All right? He nailed us. He said it. He said the Americans in the 60s, in this hippie culture, that's where it's at. That's where it's gonna happen. That's where we're gonna make our big move, and that's exactly what happened. He made all these hippies, he made them have all these kids, and now look at us. These hippie parents and grandparents are shit parents and grandparents. They suck. They have no spine, they have no gumption, they have no drive, and they don't have what it takes to be a parent. You can't just let a kid do whatever it wants. It's a kid. It can't make decisions. It's not smart enough to. You can't have these things, oh, they'll just make mistakes. No. Then, especially if you're not correcting the mistakes. If you let someone make mistakes, then act like it's not a big deal, you're going to end up with an adult that isn't good at anything and doesn't have any structure. And that's what we have. We have this welfare methadone generation, and they were all raised by hippies. So there you go. Anyone doing okay wasn't raised by a hippie. Anyone with the nice job and family and doing okay did not have hippie parents. Everyone I personally know that their lives are a mess, are because these friggin' hippie parents that didn't instill anything in them. They just let them do whatever they want, and now they're adults, and they don't have any structure, and they don't know how to do anything, and now here the government is giving handouts. Exactly how it was supposed to be. If you really don't think the government was behind the yippie movement or the hippie movement or women's lib or the homosexual movement or any of that stuff, you need to friggin' look into it, because this is the result. You're looking at it. If you go, you watch television. If you go walk down the street in the city, if you go anywhere and you do anything, you see the result, and you see that they were successful. There's no family. There's no family anymore. There's no structure, unless it's ethnic, unless they're Mexicans. That's unless they actually keep the family, together and have structure and, stuff that matters and keep God and Jesus in their lives, and have something to live for other than stuff that feels good. There's a little structure there. There's happy, smiling people doing real things, other than these miserable people looking for the next high, looking for something that feels good. Because they have nothing else to live for, because nothing matters. What's the point? If there's no God, if there's no afterlife, if there's no nothing, and nothing exploded and made everything, and then you die and become something else, what's the point of anything? And that's what all these people think and feel like. Or they don't think at all. They're not capable of deep thought. They're not capable of actually thinking about what they think. They have these ideals and thoughts and, philosophies, but they never actually look into them. They never actually think about it. And that's baffling to me. You can structure your entire life on something that you haven't even thought of is baffling to me. But yeah, this is it. We are reaping the whirlwind now. There's the great generation. They all have mental problems from all the Alzheimer's, from all the aluminum, from all the stuff they're spraying in the air. That you're a tinfoil hat person if you notice that the sky shouldn't be milky white. It didn't used to be when clouds were when the sun was shining through clouds. It didn't used to show an oil slick. Airplanes didn't used to spray death that would spread and loom. But if you notice this stuff, no, you're a crazy person. But it's totally okay to, for children to pick their own, sexuality. Here's the thing too. There's the biggest thing about all this tranny kid, queer kid crap. The second you acknowledge that a child can make decisions on their own sexuality, you are acknowledging that child is a sexual being. And that's the first step. As soon as they say these kids can decide, oh, I want to be a woman, well then, you can't have a sexuality without a sexual preference. That's just, it goes hand. So if you got queer kids, this queer kid channel crap, then what's the next step? All right? It's what all these, it's what they want anyway. They want to do this crap in the open. And that's the next step. And then all these do what you want as long as it's not hurting anybody. People are going to go along with it because they think these kids are capable of making their own decisions and not knowing that it is hurting them. And it's awful. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna stay in the woods. I'm running out of time. I love you guys so much. I miss you guys. Have a beautiful day and God bless.